Hi, my name is Judge, Hearthstone Arena Pro and 6-time top 10 North America leaderboarder. And today we are going to be talking about and showing how to play with one of the most underrated arena cards of all time, Replicat-o-tron.
Thank you for constructing me.
Replicat-o-tron is an epic neutral 4-mana 3/3 mech from Ashes of Outland and has the text, "At the end of your turn, transform a neighbor into a copy of this." The neighbor it transforms is either the minion immediately to the left or immediately to the right, with each having a 50% chance to occur. If there's only one minion beside Replicat-o-tron, then it will hit that minion 100% of the time. Despite a low win rate on hsreplay.net and low ratings by various rating systems, Replicat-o-tron is not only better than it seems, but actually top tier and capable of carrying entire games or even runs. Why does this card have such a low win rate then? It's because it is very difficult to use, very few know how to play it correctly, and misplays with the card are extremely costly. In order to understand the best way to play Replicat-o-tron, you must first know about the order of operations in Hearthstone. In the case of Replicat-o-tron, this simply means you must know that cards that do something at the end of their turn do so in the order that they were summoned. Take the example here of a shaman playing with Baron Geddon and rolling a healing totem. Both have an effect that takes place at the end of the turn, so summoning these minions in the correct order is critical. In the first case, we see Shaman rolling a healing totem and then playing a Baron Geddon. Since the totem was summoned first, its effect goes off first, healing the board, and then the Baron Geddon's goes off and deals 2 damage to all minions, killing the healing totem. However, in the next case, the Shaman plays the Baron Geddon first, and then rolls the healing totem. In this case, the Baron Geddon goes off first since it was summoned first, dealing 2 damage to all minions. Then, the healing totem goes off, healing their board, including 1 health of the damage it took from Baron Geddon's effect. So in this case, the totem survives. Keeping this order of operations concept in mind is clearly very important to keep track of the order in which your Replicat-o-trons have been summoned. This may be easy to do at first, but after a few turns of Replicat-o-trons summoning more Replicat-o-trons, some of them dying and some of them not, it can become very difficult. Knowing when each Replicat-o-tron will trigger can be the difference in knowing whether it's safe to play a large minion, like this Proto-Drake on the screen, for example. Our board is filled with 4 Replicat-o-trons, which may make it appear that it is impossible to play this Plagued Proto-Drake. However, by keeping track of which Replicat-o-trons were summoned first, second, third, and fourth, we can determine a safe spot to play the dragon. We know that the order of operations here caused the Replicat-o-tron on the far right to have its effect go off first, then the Replicat-o-tron on the far left, then the Replicat-o-tron second from the right, and then the Replicat-o-tron second from the left. This means that first, the Replicat-o-tron on the far right will transform the Replicat-o-tron to its left first. Then, the Replicat-o-tron on the far left will transform the Replicat-o-tron to its right, leaving a safe spot for the Proto-Drake right in the middle. A lot of people think that when a board has Replicat-o-trons on it, you're unable to play your late game minions, but as you can see, this is not the case. By paying attention to the order your Replicat-o-trons were summoned and positioning wisely, there is rarely a need for any sacrifices. It's always fun to go full Replicat and get a board full of Spikeridge Steeded or Big Divine Shield Replicat-o-trons, but it's extremely rare that waiting for such an opportunity is correct. Just transforming 1 small token or causing your opponent to play removal that would have been better later is very often enough for this card to be good. Much like a Vicious Fledgling or a Darkshire Councilman, a lot of what makes this card great is the need for your opponent to deal with it before it spirals out of control. If that causes them to spend a bunch of resources, then that's a good thing. With class identities varying among all 10 classes, you may be wondering, should I just draft this card in any class? And if not, which classes should I pick it in? The answer to this, though it does shine in a few particular classes more than others, is Replicat-o-tron is at least good in all 10 classes. Where it does the best is in Paladin and Shaman. Both of these classes have a hero power that produces a small token, meaning that no matter the circumstance, you will always have a good target for your Replicat-o-tron's effect. In addition, Paladin has many excellent single-target buffs that Replicat-o-tron really enjoys. The next best spot for Replicat-o-tron is in a deck that has many small minions. Often Druid or Hunter begins matches with very small minions, perhaps has an adorable infestation, an excellent card to play on your Replicat-o-tron on 5. Any deck with many buffs, of course, loves a Replicat-o-tron as well. Priest may not seem like it would like a Replicat-o-tron in its deck, as it focuses on late game and has many late game pieces, but it does. There are many buffs like Power Word Feast, Apotheosis, Grave Rune, Gift of Luminance, Psyche Split, that can either be drafted or discovered to play on your Replicat-o-tron. In any other situation, Replicat-o-tron may not be as busted, but it will nearly always be a good tempo card. If you're lucky enough to have one in your deck, keep your eye out for one of the best cards to play alongside it, Guardian Og Merchant. I hope that watching this video has not only taught you something about the power of Replicat-o-tron and how it's played, but also incentivized you to pick one up in your next arena draft. Make sure you keep track of when those robots were summoned, have fun shocking your opponents by beating them with this rarely played card, and we'll see you in the next video.
Technology.
My name is Judge.
Whose name is Judge?
My name is.
Whose name is Judge?
My name is
That's a silly name.
Judge.
Okay, that's enough.